In my studies of people and some of the conversations I'm having, I started to see trends of where these people and leaders are in their comfort level in this current situation. The first type of person or leader is they're leading from a place of fear. The second, they're leading from a place of acting uncertain. And finally, the third, these people or leaders are leading with a sense of focus. In this video, we'll talk about those three types of people and leaders and how they affect you as an individual and or your family, and how it affects you at work. But for me at this point, they're kind of one and the same. We will look at how you can use this time to make the jump from fear to focused and start planning your new life, because we all know we're going to get out of this and there's going to be a new normal. Aloha, I'm Brett Renoa. For those of you in Hawaii, how's it? I hope to bring you some value by highlighting how our leaders and just people we're talking to are talking to us, how we talk to other people, and how we can change our mindset around this whole thing. So the first one is you or your leader is reacting out of fear. What does this look like? These are the people that are obsessed with the news right now. They love the stats, and they are leading and they're feeding into the shock and awe factor the media brings. How's this portrayed to you? Or without you even knowing it, how are you portraying it to others? First off, it comes out like these leaders are overwhelmed, or when a decision is made, it's completely reactive and in panic mode. Then you can also see it when all the conversations have some kind of negative undertone. They start managing against their own core values since they're panicking. So these folks also, they talk about how hard this is constantly, which comes across to people like me and maybe to you as not having a planned direction, and they can't see what could be done. The second type of leader person you're probably coming across right now is somebody who's leading or talking from a place when they're acting uncertain. These people are still consuming a lot of the news and regurgitating this type of information. When they start talking about planning, it's kind of always negative. It feels like these people are just waiting. Let's be really, really clear right now. Hope and wishing are not a strategy. Hoping for bailout. These type of people are reacting to another leader. They're not influencing the plan. Their actions make people feel like they just can't make a decision. They're just reacting to another leader or waiting to be told what to do. Everything really feels rushed and unprepared. They want to lead, but they just for some reason cannot get the plan together, or even properly communicate one. All right, the third and final type of person or leader you're probably coming into contact with is somebody who seems focused. When these folks intake the media, it's future looking. Yes, stats exist and news exists, but what do I do with that information? How can I use it? What have other countries done to level out quickly? How are we going to get out of this and why? These leaders, you, also make a plan. They're planning when they're in a state of performance, meaning we all go through each one of these stages. So these focused people and leaders, maybe you're one of them, you've already taken action, you've already pivoted. Maybe you own a business, maybe you're still working, and hope you are, but you know that your business or whatever career you're in, the new norm is gonna change what you're doing. And when we get out of this, this is everywhere, every country, every industry. So we gotta pivot, but these types of people, these focused people have already started making plans to do that pivoting. So what can we do to move from fear to focus? First thing that you need to do is you need to clarify the problem. I know the problems right now. I'm worried about my family. I'm worried about my healthcare benefits, and I'm worried about my job. So the next step is I got to break down the problem, chunk it down. Where are my gaps? So we're going to use me being worried about my job right now. What value am I bringing? Is it enough? Am I at 200% right now? Am I relevant? What can I track and target for improvement? And this is pretty simple for me. I'm very intentional, and I need to be intentional on the change. What do I want to change? And in our other videos, we talked a lot about knowing yourself, where you're at, where you want to go, why. And some of those in there is on what pieces, what skill sets do I want to learn? How do I want to be to people, to my wife, to my family, to my colleagues, to those I lead and those I interact with? And a lot of that has to do with being intentional on the change that I want to make internally. So what I do personally is I journal on it. Why do I journal on it? So I can allow myself each and every day to give myself a goal, right? So if I want to learn a new skill set, maybe it's presenting. I want to find every opportunity to present Monday through Friday for that week. I want to give myself some feedback, and at the end of the week, I can see progress. Because progress, as we all know, is the most important key to making us continue doing what we're doing. I also know my brain, our brains, were built to keep us alive. It's called fight or flight. It's caveman style. It brings me fear to be safe, right? So the root cause is that I'm built for fear to keep me alive. I'm supposed to be afraid of COVID-19. So what are the countermeasures, or what can I do to combat that? Again, I go back to this. It's called fight or flight for a reason, right? So what do? I change my mindset. I work on my mindset, my growth mindset, each and every day. I focus on it, I fight for it, and I finish strong. Look, the disease I'm really worried about is not really actually COVID. I am, for my family and my friends and those people that I know. I don't want anybody to get sick. But the real disease I'm worried about, it's my attitude and my emotions around those, how I react to this crisis. Habits equal results, meaning I got to do something each and every day. It's just like if I were to go work out for 4 or 5 days, I'm not going to see some gigantic results, right? I got to do it each and every day. I have to be intentional. I have to focus on it. I got to stay positive in these times, and I got to rock and roll. I got to make sure I can do these things. Take a look and focus daily on your mindset. I know you're stressed. Actually, we all are. But remember, stress makes us perform better. Think of athletes or presenters. It puts them in the zone. Stress on a muscle tears it and then rebuilds it. So try to get your mindset wrapped around using that stress in a positive manner, not in a fearful manner, because you know you'll be paralyzed, not in an uncertain manner, because those around you, your family, your kids, your friends, if you can't make a decision or waiting for this, hope is your strategy, people are going to see through that. Try to be in the focus realm. Try to find out, look at the information that we're given. Make really good decisions off of the information that you have at that time. Be honest to people, over communicate to people, both family, friends, and at work, and just go from there. It is a hard time. So pivoting, this channel was really built to just give scale to the folks that I worked with. I gave a lot of messages and a lot of seminars, and it was to help them get promoted, really. I mean, that was the end of the story. It was help them get promoted, or either get into management or make the jump from management to leader by giving them some mindset stuff, some tactics, and some action steps they can take. Now, that has changed. I need to focus on keeping them employed, keeping them relevant, keeping them in front of the VP, making sure they're on a big project, which things I'm all doing right now. But so as this channel has to change, so what I'm thinking right now is maybe if there's value in this, if there's value in talking through some of this, send me an email below. Tell me your story. If we get enough people to do it, what I'd like to do is maybe have a Zoom call. Now look, I'm not selling shit. I'm just trying to meet like-minded people. I'm trying to attract the people that are drivers, really, that absolutely want to win, that absolutely will not quit, and that will give 125, 200, 3,000% right now, that do not have the ability to stop. Those are the types of people I want to interact with. So if you have a story, if you have some worries, send me a note. I'll send something back, 100% guaranteed. I know your time's super important. If you're like me, you have 3 kids in the house. I'm surprised nothing's broken, or you haven't heard any footsteps. This is a, I call this Ghetto Fabulous. It's a one-man show. I'm in my house shooting this. My hair's a mess. So if you're from Kailua, shout out, go to The Fix or Beyond the Mirror. Once this whole thing blows over, tell Maddie and Giselle that Brett sent you. I laugh at myself. I'm just doing this just so I can share. I'm working on my fears. My fear was these videos would suck, and when I look at them, they do suck. But we got to keep going. We got to get outside of our zone, use this time to make ourselves better, use this time to contemplate on what we want to do. And when I talked about journaling, I journal about some of my fears, like what I want to crush, how do I want to get better? And this happens to be one of them, putting stuff out on the internet where I know I look like a jackass and I can make fun of myself, and my buddies can make fun of me, and my wife can make fun of me. It's all good, but I appreciate your time. I know it's heavy out there. I know shit is real, but try and have a good day. And if you're not, fucking flip your mindset. Try try again, and keep trying. Do it every single day. Right on. Aloha. Okay, smile big. Now read that.
Break down the problem, chunk it down. Where are my gaps?
Limitations. One of my favorite examples of that.
What the?